Hello guys, this is JC Grande with another process video. This time we are going to be talking about something that's pretty much the heart of comic book storytelling on the actual pages, which is layouts. Laying out the pages is my favorite, let's say, phase stage of comic book production. So in this area, I kind of do my own terms for describing uh, the different types of layouts that are actually the people use for drawing comics. For example, I call this a traditional. I think pretty much that might be the term that everyone uses for something like this, which is we have the panel borders and all of them are arranged in the same uh, borders in here. They are like pretty clear and that's the way. This is the way that comics are have been, since it got started pretty much. So we have the traditional borders and all the panels, align and the borders here. So it's pretty traditional. And then we have what I call the semi traditional, which is something like this, and we can see that the borders here are broken and this central image is like spreading out. So this is really cool for very dynamic kind of describing a particular situation, like something that is going to kind of uh, I don't know, like something that is so important and exploding into this particular scene. And yeah, this is used a lot in manga too, where you have uh, a previous panel looking like something that is pretty much like coming in the same kind of sequence in the previous page, and suddenly everything changes and explodes, and you have something like it's breaking down the borders. So, and we come back here to the to what we had previously. So this is just a scene that is like in here taking all the attention when you break down the border panels. So this is what I call a semi-traditional, and then we have the more dynamic kind of layouts, which was very popular in the 90s, like with all the image guys, all the image partners that created image comics. So this was something very of that age, where you can see we have a central image here, and then all the rest of the panels are like uh, telling the story, but more like to the side, and pretty much your attention is the central image. So the other borders are just like floating around, and makes it look very dynamic and very nice and cool. So for today, we are going to work on a dynamic kind of layout, and I have something prepared on how I do it, and we can do the other semi-traditional later, or traditional, which is also very nice, and there is also a lot of ways that you can use that for your stories. And in this particular video, I'm going to be working on something like this, and see if we can do something in this vein. So we're going to work on a layout like that, and usually it is representing a very uh, action wise part of the story. You can use it in quiet scenes as well, but I think that the most effective way of using that is where the action is taking place or about to take place. So I'm going to be working on some layouts in that style to see how we do it. And we're going to get started with the first panel here. We're going to use a big image representing that our hero is coming into the room. It's like, breaking down the walls and trying to get a hold of the bad guys. Which are like, I don't know, some kind of people doing really I don't know, any kind of crime uh, kind of thing. So we're going to use this part of the page, which is a lot of space. We're going to start with a big image, and this is a character of mine that I am developing. So it's like some sort of a RoboCop kind of thing, as a tribute to the 80s characters. And we're going to have the character here like getting into scene and breaking down the walls, and all the superhero kind of thing that we all love, which is a lot of action and a lot of dynamic storytelling. We're going to have the robot guy getting into the scene. It's like breaking down this door. If you remember the RoboCop movie where he's like getting into the dealers in the factory, something like that. That is what inspired me to do this kind of scene. We have the main figure here. We're going to have the other panel, and in this panel we're going to have the bad guys like reacting. They're like shooting their weapons. We are going to get them a line here, like uh, uh, kind of cinematic type of shot. Like they are like firing their guns at the character, and then we are going to have uh, our hero like tackling them up. We are going to switch the angle to make it look a bit much more dynamic and dramatic. We have the hero's legs here, like he jumped up them, he jumped at them and grabbed them all, and you can see their reaction. They're like stunned, like they did not expect him to be that fast. And we're going to have another panel, the last one. We are going to break down this panel to make it outside of the border too. So we have these two panels like floating around, I would say. We have panel 1, 2, 3, and we're going to have a fourth one here, which is another big scene. And we have this the hero punching the bad guys, sending them flying around by the strike. He's like punching them, and we have one of the bad guys here. The other one is going to be, we're going to have just legs here indicating he's going away, and we're going to have the other one here, and we're going to add a fourth one. So it's a big group of dealers here. He's fighting. I'm going to use for the borders, so we don't spend too much time on using the rulers and all that. I'm going to use the kind of scratchy type of borders that people did for describing something that is really uh, something with so much impact that even the borders get like all like scratchy looking like. We're going to use some ink already because sometimes the pencils do not look that well in the camera. So I'm going to go straight to inks to make the images look better because with the camera and all that. So we're going to use this old brush, and also we're going to use the number 2 that we have here. Okay, our number 2 brush. I really like doing this because it uses a ton of energy from your arm when you do this kind of things. Try to use your whole arm, not your wrist only. That's the trick. Use your whole arm. Okay, we have another one here. They do not have to look straight. You can play around with the forms. And you know the trick with the brushes is the pressure you apply. The more pressure you apply to it, the wider the amount of ink is going to be. So you just push it slightly, you will have very thin lines. And the last one, the last panel, we're going to make something bigger with the old brush. I think this is a number 6. Never throw away your old brushes because they can be very useful. Okay. Now we're going to get started with the character. This is a kind of armored character. And for this, we are going to use where's the number? Where's our brush? Okay, I have it here. We're gonna get it started with the figure, the first one. If you notice, we have the panels floating here, uh, and the main image is going to be this one. So we are going to get started with that, and we're pretty much improvising the image because it's not really fully pencil image, but kind of rough. I'm used to working like this, so I think I can do something pretty consistent. I always recommend people to try to improvise as much as you can. It doesn't mean that you will have to do it all the time, but it can be very handy when you're on deadlines or you don't have a lot of time to complete something. If you do exercise on improvising things, you can use it whenever you need it. You can improvise. You can uh, be a bit more less unsure of some strokes. I think there are some things that you can improvise, some others that it's kind of harder. I think this is the character design that I had for this hero here. As I said, it's a kind of Robocop kind of thing. I'm going to try to go as fast as I can because we don't need the video to be that long, and we have some of the broken broken door. Yeah, some people have told me that I grabbed the the brush in a funny way, but I don't know. If you notice the way, according depending on the way you hold your tools, you can have different kinds of interesting shapes. And for small details and for texture that I kind of want to uh, for some type of texture that I want it to look kind of symmetrical. I use it this way. I use it this way because I can somehow I think holding this part of the brush gives me some. I feel more secure about what I'm doing sometimes because some of the of some feathering or some texture work. I wanted to look clean and I wanted to look like symmetrical. So holding it like this, it helps me to use my arm much more and not just my wrist. I had not studied that or read it anywhere. Just that's just the way that I feel, and that's the way I have been using it for years. Okay, what I usually do when I'm working this fast is I try to and also because I have pretty much no pencil work. Uh, I try to make the shapes first, the shape of all the characters, and then I come back using a thinner pen or using this brush because depending on how much time you have for it, you can go and spend as much time as you want or as much time as you can. So we can make a combination of pen and brush depending on what kind of results you want, depending on the tone of the story too. Okay, we have the main shape here, the main character. We're going to move to the bad guys, shooting their weapons. We're going to change the angle a bit, and we're going to go straight here. This is like the arm of the bad guys, or one of the bad guys. They're wearing suits. They're like surprised, but at the same time they are not letting this guy get in their way. Okay, we have the first one. It's important. I always recommend you to learn how silhouettes work because uh, when you have rough pencils like this, pretty much you don't have anything here, just some rough indicating the space that this character is going to take. Uh, the way that I do it is that I try to visualize it as a silhouette and try to work on the form and the shape of the character. Do not care about what's inside the silhouette, but that's for later. Try to concentrate on just the contour lines, and then you come back and you add all the details needed. We have the other dealer here shooting another gun. Sometimes when I'm drawing sequences like this, I just go like bang, bang, bang. That's great, and that's if that helps you to get into the story and the mood. That's great because it's I feel like it's important to you to have fun and to feel like you're playing with your toy soldiers or stuff like that with your action figures. So it's okay. Sometimes when I'm working a fight scene, I'm like making sounds and all that. Okay, we have this guy is like wearing a tie. We have pretty much the shapes here of this. We are going to come back. Uh, we are going to use all our attention and our brain energy to do the rest of the characters, the rest of the silhouettes, and we come back later with for the details. I've been using this technique for years, and I think it works at least for me. I can tell you. And the good thing is that you become faster than if you go and try to spend all the time on some details that are not important at the moment. So we have the hero like taking the bad guys. We have the legs here. It's okay if you make mistakes here. Do not worry. We can always use whiteout and later. But the important thing is to keep things going. It's like to keep the flow of the page going on. So you get excited, so do not get bored because there are some sequences that you tend to feel a bit like you don't want to touch in the story. There are always certain things that you feel like you would prefer not to draw, or you're more inclined to a different kind of story. I always start drawing the most important panel in a page, the most fun, pretty much, the one that is going to inspire me, the one that is going to fuel me to complete the page, and then go into the others uh, with all the energy that I get from the first panel that I do. I move into the others. For example, this was my first choice, not just because it was the first panel, but because it's the one that I felt more inclined and more interested. because it's a dynamic kind of pose. So I started with this one and then moving to the others. The last one is a bit more challenging, and we'll take care of it in the final stage. I'm in like I mean the last one. As I said, you can make mistakes. It's not that important at this stage. We're going to have four bad guys. This is part of the floor. Some movement here, movement lines, the classic lines. And we're going to move to the last panel, which is a closer look at the hero of fighting the bad guys, fighting the dealers. We're going to get started with this one. As I said, first I do the silhouette kind of thing, and then I come back for details. These guys are sharp dressed man. They have like wearing suits and stuff like that. Like the classic mafia guys. Here's the first one. This is the head getting the punch. We move here with the other arm. Remember, these are really, really rough. Uh, I don't know if you can be rougher than this. Okay, if you can get it rougher than this. Just pencil work. Remove some, the hand here. We're going to have a gun somewhere, and we're going to. If you hear some weird sound in the background, in this part of the year, we have those little insects called cicada or something like that. I don't know how to say it in English, but in Spanish it's cigarra. So it's like those animals that are very noisy and they do a lot of strange sounds. We have a big tree near us here, so they get there and start like singing like that. I'm used to it, but I'm just mentioning it because there's nothing wrong. I mean, with the sound of the video, it's just that thing. Okay, we have our hero punching here. We have the arm, part of the arm here. We have part of the arm here. We have the helmet. And we have the other guys here feeling the punch. And we have the legs of this guy just flying around from the punch. Remember, they're wearing suits. This is the hero guy, the robot kind of hero. We have some of the body here. And we have this other guy in the background. Then what we're going to do is we're going to come back with a pen and try to complete, like if it was a puzzle, we're going to try to complete all the areas that were not touched by the brush, which was a kind of wider uh, tool we're going to use. I'm going to use this fountain pen. You can use pretty much a micron or a nib pen. I use this one because it's faster for me, in case it is working, because sometimes it gets dried up. I'm gonna check it first with this other page. All right, it's working. Sometimes it gets dried up and you have to wash it. So we're going to go with this and try to fill the areas, try to complete all the areas that were not touched by the brush. Okay, so according to the character design of this character, it's like is something like this. He has a helmet and some mechanical arms. He's like some sort of a knight kind of character, like he's wearing some sort of armor, but some of those parts are already it's been like a cybernetic kind of armor, uh, kind of features. We can see his mouth. We don't see his eyes. This is something like a visor that covers all part of the head, so we don't see anything here. I tried to go with a very simple kind of character design inspired by Mr. Alex Toth. So you won't see a lot of pouches or shoulder pads and all that. And also for time's sake, I'm going to leave it like this. Just I mean, I'm not going to add a ton of of hatching and detailing and all that, because the main reason for this video is showing the layouts. I'm inking it because it looks better on the camera when you ink the artwork, at least in my camera. I mean, my cell phone. some muscle indication here. Okay, this is for this character. And then we're going to jump into this other scene where we have the guys. The guys shooting the weapon, the guns. They're wearing suits. This guy is like holding a tougher weapon. Okay, we are going to have this other guy here. And the last one, which is very much a silhouette because it's in the background, that is like some guys using their fire weapons, some lines indicating some movement, and we have the scene where characters like taking the bad guys. As I said, this is a very Alex Toth inspired character, very simplistic, but at the same time, I think it's kind of interesting. I like Alex Toth work. We have the bad guys, just like they're wearing suits. We have their guns like flying in the air because of they can no longer use them. Okay, this is panel 3, and we're going with the final one. Sorry. We have our hero here, got some sort of a helmet or mask. And we have the normal human arm, as the other one is the mechanical one. We have part of the shape of the body here. And now we're going to work on the completing the silhouettes of the bad guys. They're shocked. They were not expecting something like this. And we are now working on their. Okay, now that we have the silhouettes drawn, I'm going to start actually going inside of the lines of the silhouette, especially of these bad guys. We're going to add the the ties and lines that indicate they are wearing suits. And also, we are going to work on the faces, the expressions of these dealers. I'm going to change the angle of the page in order to have a better look at their faces. We are going to get started with this one, with this guy over here. We're going to give it a giving a flat top kind of haircut. It's like angry, but at the same time is in pain. So he's like, you know, with tighter teeth expression. Okay. And we have this other one. This dude, we are going to add the same thing, like the expression. He's feeling like a combination of he's feeling angry and in pain because of the blow. We're going to keep this guy a bald guy, maybe with a goatee. And this other dude, he's like wearing glasses. Some combed back hair. Okay, now that we have the basic structure of the characters, we're going to add some ink work to make it a bit more tighter. We're going to move the page a bit. Yeah, these guys are like really trying to bring him down, like using all their firepower. We're going to move to this side of the panel. And the silhouettes in the background, we're going to have some with more black ink. Okay. This dude is very fast. What can I tell you? He just got them really easy. And now we're going to move to this panel number 4. Add some more ink to give it a more finished, solid look. Same for this guy. We're going to work on the clothing. These guys are wearing very expensive suits. And let's do this. It's the guy that's getting the big blow more than the others. Much more than the others. And more details to the faces. We're going to add more details to the eyes and the and the and the noses. We're going to switch the angle again. This is a really nice brush. I use number 2. I use different numbers, but number 2 is awesome for small areas that you want to fill, like this, like the faces. Like the faces here. And we're going to go back to the first image, this one, and add some more details to this character. Not a lot really, because as I said, I wanted to keep it simplistic. This ink dries very, very good. So that allows me to go into, areas that I already inked, and I'm not spreading around all the unnecessary ink. And then you can also add more details if you want. We are gonna leave it pretty much here. We could go on and go on and do layers and layers of details, of feathering, of hatching and whatnot. So we're going to keep it like this for today. I think I tried to explain what a dynamic layout is, how I do it, and my thought process on it, and what I try to accomplish when I'm using it. I do not use it all the time. I mean, you could, but I try to use it especially on the big, bombastic action scenes, or parts of the story when you can break the rules and break the panel borders and all that. So this is the final result. We try to make it very fast, so we don't spend too much time on this video. And this is the final result. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you subscribe to the channel. It's a brand new channel, and we're trying to make it grow. So with your help, we're going to make it bigger. So thank you very much. Uh, if you like it, if you think this is kind of useful, feel free to drop me there a comment or a like, uh, thumbs up, and I'm going to be doing much more stuff for this. So hope you liked it, and thank you very much for being here with us and taking the time to watch the videos. Thank you very much, guys. See you next time.